Okay, first of all, I need to find out the specifics of this. This really bothered me. The other day I was scrolling through my feed and I came upon this, and both of Peanuts owners were crying. And I was like, I saw, you know, some of the title over, you know what I mean? And I was just like, this is not something I want to watch right now. You know, you got to be in the right frame of mind, because I was like, this is going to piss me off, I can tell. So, let me take a look at this news story, and then we're going to see what the fake Trump post was that's going viral.
Peanut the squirrel, viral sensation.
I remember that squirrel. I knew I'd seen this squirrel before, man.
People with pets on the internet. Social media embraced it. It's not the only guy. You see squirrel, raccoons, all kinds of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now its owner, Mark Longo, is going through something we're not used to. He took in Peanut 7 years ago, found him injured on the streets of New York City, shared their journey together on the internet ever since.
Okay.
They really had quite the relationship. It was really, really cute to watch. Then the government gets involved. New York State's Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, raided his home and took the squirrel and this pet raccoon that he has. Now remember, he didn't just find these things. They said, well, he was potentially exposed to rabies. He had the squirrel for 7 years. Does it look like it has rabies? And then the squirrel bit one of the investigators. So that's what they say in their statement about why this happened. They then kill the squirrel and the raccoon, because that's how...
The squirrel was probably protecting itself. Animals do that. They bite when they feel threatened. Doesn't mean that they have rabies.
But they test for rabies.
This is cold, man. This is some
Why
cold,
was this
dark,
necessary?
evil, mean
Mark
stuff.
Longo, the man in the video who just lost the squirrel, joins us now. This sucks. How are you taking it?
Mr. Cuomo, I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me on the show. What happened today and what transpired throughout this week has been nothing short of a tragedy and a disgrace to the New York State. 2 days ago, 10 to 15 DEC officers raided my home for a raccoon and a squirrel. We used resources from this state to kill a squirrel and raccoon and raid my house as if I was a drug dealer. We have resources to kill a raccoon and a squirrel, but we can't fix the major bridges down the street.
Who do you think dimed you out on this? Who do you think, Mark? Who like they said for rabies?
It's like it just feels like they sent out some federal agents on a nothing burger. It's like, I mean, if they had rabies, from what I understand, rabies kills you rather fast. So it's like, if he had rabies, then you know, come on, man.
I mean, I looked up when I heard about this. You know, I had seen your videos, by the way. My senior producer Jonathan called me about it, but I had seen it. People loved it. I mean, you know, it's one of the good things about social media. I mean, you did a great job with this animal. So I look up rabies, and they're pretty severe symptoms and demonstrations of behavior. Couldn't they have just observed the squirrel and the raccoon and said, well, they don't look rabid? And who told them that they might be rabid?
Sir, there's a quarantine period that is supposed to be happening. We did not hear from the DEC. We didn't even get a statement from the DEC. We heard it from another news station that they killed Peanut. Since they left my house, not a single DEC employee or state official even called me to tell me what happened. They came into my house.
You can tell he really loved that squirrel, too. You can tell just the way he's treating it. He really, you know, sometimes you see people with pets and you can tell they care about their pets, but they're kind of like, they still have the demeanor of it's just an animal. That's not just an animal to him. That was his friend.
They even asked my wife for immigration status. They asked me if I had cameras in my house. They got local sheriffs to approve this. The DA approved this. They had a criminal judge sign a search warrant
to
come and take these animals.
Sad.
The woman who claimed, or the member who claimed to get bitten.
You know what's funny? I was gonna say, I hope you're feeding them good organic ones, and those are the organic waffles.
Everybody around here wore gloves. These are professionals who deal with animals on a daily basis, and you're gonna tell me you got bit by a squirrel? None of this transpired. This was somebody out to get me. We moved to a small town to start
That's too damn cute, man. He's eating the waffle. It's eating the waffle on his shoulder.
This internet sensation was a wave, and we wanted to turn it into something great, so we moved to New York from Connecticut. We moved here last April, and we started a nonprofit and have rescued over 300 animals, all in the name of Peanut. Peanut is the center of our organization. I used his social media to gather the funding to continue to help animals. And the DEC comes in here. They wouldn't even allow me to feed my horses who have been coming from neglected cases. They spent 5 hours taking apart my house for a squirrel and a raccoon. So I need an explanation as to why this state can find the funding to bring this many people to my house to destroy my life, but we can't fix major issues that we're having in this state.
Listen, I get it, but I don't think you need the alternative argument, to be honest, about like what we're not doing. This is just a really messed up thing. And you know, I know it's a squirrel, but this is a squirrel the way I have dogs, you know, as far as you're concerned. Now, I get it. Maybe the law doesn't treat them the same way. That goes to the second point, which is this what we needed to do? Look, here's what I can do. Mark, I give you an open channel of communication. You let me know. I mean, we can't bring Peanut back, you know, I mean, not to, you know, trivialize it, but they did what they did. And you're going to want to raise money, and I'll help you do that too on my own, personally. You know, that's not what News Nation does. But I'm really, you know, you're a sweetheart, and what you and your wife are trying to do is great. And maybe, hey, thanks for watching.
Man, that is so messed up, man. That is really messed up. That is sad. Just like a 5-minute, or like I said, I don't want to watch their video of them crying because I already know that's really going to bother me. It irritates the hell out of me. But what's been making waves is a fake response from Trump's team that came out today. Check this out, right? There have been horrible reports out of New York, my former home state, where state environmental agents raided the home of Mark Longo and his wife. Mark was taken into custody, for hours while officials searched his home and eventually took 2 of their pets, Fred the raccoon and Peanut the squirrel. These animals were later executed by the state of New York. New York authorities, under their terrible governor, put more effort into finding and eliminating a squirrel who was innocent by all accounts than they do to control the unchecked illegal immigrants who have flooded their state. If Peanut could have told them he was from Mexico. Yo, this is fake. This sounds like something he would say, though. They would have sent him on his way and given him a hotel room and $500 gift card to Buddy Squirrel. Instead, he was taken from his family, very sad, and a complete waste of resources. When we win, we will get our priorities in order. And MAGA. It really looks like something he would say. Wow. But my heart goes out to them. You know, as you know, I have a pet named Lucky, little Dachshund, and he passed away from cancer. And that was my little boy, you know. And so I know what it's like. That's why I don't even want to get another dog. She's never had a dog. She wants a dog. But I don't want to get one because I already know even if she gets one or I buy it for her or whatever, I'm going to fall in love with the dog eventually, and we're going to have to go through it eventually again. And I know how I handle grief. I handle it way better than she does. I don't know how well she would handle losing a dog. So, you know, I assume sooner or later we will have one. She wants a Maltese, but we shall see. Sad. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this, Hit the like button, subscribe, and share.